people think if you were Sir Keir Starmer, you may have decided to rethink your strategy, particularly when you're dealing with world leaders. You have to be sure, don't you, not to offend, not to say the wrong thing, and more importantly, try and build that all-important special relationship between those two powerhouses. But once again, it appears that Sir Keir has sort of taken his finger off the pulse and basically made such a huge mistake, well, that now this particular leader will prefer to deal with who? As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you today. Thank you so much for joining me in the very heart of London's King's Cross. Very busy, as you can imagine. Lots of people to-ing and fro-ing. And as I've said to you many times before, every time I come through this station, I think of that cracking film, don't you? The 39 Steps. Do you remember that? Which was your favourite version? Robert Powell? Was it Rupert Penry-Jones? Or was it, of course, Kenneth More? And I know there was one in the 1930s, but they never seem to show that one on TV anymore, do they? Hopefully some people might suggest that this particular individual, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer, currently the British Prime Minister over here of the United Kingdom, may simply disappear from our screens. Not my words, that is of course that of so many voters. Now, as I said, when you think, you've got to now wonder exactly how you build a relationship with this man. That's right, Donald J. Trump, the 47th elect President of the United States of America. And what's interesting, as we now know, whether you like him or not, he's going to be one of the most powerful men in the world from January the 20th next year. But, as you recall, Sir Keir Starmer decided to send over 100 of his best people to try and secure the place for Kamala Harris. That failed. And then what emerged was all of his, top people, including David Lammy, the current British Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner, Yvette Cooper. So many people were so disrespectful to the incoming president, literally on digital platforms, people basically calling him a moron, that sort of stuff. A terrible situation to find yourself in with the most powerful country in the world. So what do? Well, as your special envoy, perhaps you put this man in. That's right, Peter Mandelson, a man who's really had so many comebacks. Well, what can you say to those? And with pictures like this, already things circling around suggesting all ill-advised skullduggery. Either way, it doesn't look good. Now, on top of this, Peter Mandelson, effectively known as Mandy in Westminster circles, well, the bottom line is simply this, that Trump's top sort of campaign manager has already said that they're not too keen on dealing with him. But worse than that now, according to an excellent source, after, of course, the recent meeting in Paris, Mr. Trump would rather deal with yes, that's right, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, Prince William. He said he's a super smart guy, very intelligent, gets to the point, no faffing around. Now, who can blame him? And this is now going to be a serious problem for Sir Keir Starmer. Because when you think about it, he's offended, upset, and of course, the bottom line is now you're left with this problem of how do you cement the relationship. Many people are already suggesting that Mandy, Peter Mandelson, will not be in this particular role as a special envoy to Washington long. But how will they get rid of Mandy after so many comebacks and apparently he is the best man for the job? Will it now truly fall to one of our more senior royals to placate the way in ensuring that we have a reasonable relationship with, as I say, the most powerful country in the world? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.